102.7 Tolon Radio. I will go maybe up on the Wakim Milisham. Jaculo come the Mala program on Matria. The Lada Lyrica, the Lu Unibago. 20.
Abinya, I'm a boom. Tolling Radio, 102.7 megahertz.
Adu Fire, Tolong Radio. From the land of Dagbang, we they represent Mr. Tell, Hon.Habib, King Sulemana. Let's go! Tolong Radio, we they feel your vibe. Every day you they keep the land alive. From Tolong straight to Tamale town, your sound they move like thunder. Mr. Tell Aduga only the youth commander. Your fire they burn like real thunder. You know they fear, you know they tire. Your passion they set the place on fire. Fast up they on duty.
102.7 Tolong Radio. Mabia kante table ka implementation ya inegi ya Jaculo. Program what malama Matria. The Lula Yune Bago Mane Yune Pilgos. The main Unica Woma Karazocheka to present as my pump to not turn upon into Tina Helasiama Yuma Dengarma. You need to come to Mania Catri to not back up. Shakumuno Nibon Kubechongo, Kachetin Baza Hari Unzat the Ponto Tanzuka Chava. But Momangela special program Casimini Buelma Ya Jima Lapsnama Yai Payas or any character one lapsna, let no program. There was always an lecture Kazan to Maza Hazan and Puati Yumpale. Kanang Mbombo Mfanga tenye yelshe kamza ha yunma karabi na wontan le ka chete den vela ateta na on pante den vela yunma den vela na teta na on nzantete officially mba telegram program 2026 but this like I said the yela special program after program no the holidays programs my enjoy the mal interview ka de kana attack amane abonma young host the program so besmetable to both of parliament bazapulo but yeto amakwa ntam to gender Tolong constituency ne onche yala parliament 4 years ngarama mfaka kilan lab to sole ni ode ozongo tumazanto tenya onto tumama sham no ndapon tumama baguma kilan te de yum parlement mbon to so tule ko zan yum pale progo ne twa dem biere zan nan Tolong constituency za Hon.Habib da banza Hon.Habib ko optiana chakante na tinyala bam nombe live karga Jata FM but mama pam be yalmana ne be yala bay npole to rezo abe karga yale na yale abe bambu yala mama anyala wien nbale yalla Jata FM les emplois sont wekas maza
tole na ka poe yabzantan lana ka to poe yabe kasulana poe yablangbon lana poe yapinduna poe yabd mablana poe yabe nyankpal lana nta ya nakbar bo armane yab war bo alana ya nakbar bo arma kan ko ka bornam poe dolo nam zaha Christians zaha bambe Tolong constituency ka poe constituency zaha constituency executive nazo nta hambe dwe na kuzwar magalenda din ko nan shamza hadin ya jaka biya kuma to zo on poro so kamza ha mun beto constituency mo pu ka yarba ne ta yum palle na on pantin ya vre wala na alafi
inshallah ne puma changa yela ne oporo so kam to yum palle ne constituency man na on temte so do kade kata constituency ma to ne banda pour ma wazan adu wazan pa danka on kote yama. Okay, so straightforward. In fact, when elected election they could only you more because 7th December, in fact 7th January, ka President Mama 1 year, exactly 1 year. But they could only you number. But nyendapen nala 4 years. Kabla labe inyu sul mazanta, you yin kan yere punma. Tule kucha tulu gulabi punmane. Akpa hampuni. Buka kunin kar ko yin zaya. Kasu ti ko porte so le. Carbilan to baso kaso kam yerle
yunum balama ankul ben biben shao Tolong constituency ntaha nada pun nye MP Canada ben shao from 2021 zankana 2024 2025 nele MP yina nti soyela na educational fund nti yo be shukuru fees de yanche ka bato lab shukuru domi shukuru saha shabian brabo to nyamlu ka yir puni ka chan chirfo yele anya kam ni maternity ward zanzal ni mana jamana maternity ward pa do ambu du da banlen balama.
Okay, so allow phrase the question, ma'am. You have done something, I know, but tell them you man nkwanda bole kaman ako nang be sha you man ka ko zaya denambo mina nang be har pa maun an kana shama dan kanan kanin tare ka ko wor ka da ban won nan be sha you ma puma don song in yana
ma me be sha kam kan nan do conference ma nin ta kam mini solo ma buwar zo kan nan da tarba ma so ma nan be sha kam you ma za ha pu man sane ne manen nirba ma dala kawle de nyala ben sha da man nin to bo so abba mala la babo yen yella ben sha nan you ma za ha domi an le chirfo yele la pa ba do andu ma da nyala takata ba do so kan ta yina tan nan tele kalam berla do andu ma no lan zande warwa kuku warwa kuku ma kamon na yel rada warwa kamon na yel ma de baza de nyala ben sharan na tin jango be pilia na ben nan be mi banji te de ba yisal tola mo be mele za anga na yel fon ka me za anga ulan yel fon ka mi la banjira ma ya la zanzale tale tin jango an kun malaga de ben jugi da maybe daba ta daba na ba no sunsune yan yola one of the latest district library en yola library dan ko ka jamana library en santitu
Karambudu
constituency shukuru be Karambudu an kana ni mana computer na yan biyan buku kam ka bora duniya yel buku kam za ha ka bora la buku na maza ha yan biyan na karmal computer na makana to an bor na nan internet service ka photocopy machine na biyan inta atenti yola ti za ha snipi ba na kama da yala ben sharan ne zama so an na buhama lala to akan ne yala.
Yes, so how la yeto ango the na betuna ha especially zanpa and the annan yeto achanga no meka ka to ma di chanto no hatel la boale ka titi shanga and of course ne jenen tam shere yala ka bangne nyala nyen pale stem skuma of course in your video ka nyen pale lan mama yadi yeto tan karatanya ni nyen sha zanpa nyen pale polo man de shukurma yitam nyen pale ma intien yama kambo about lala benoma. But let's go straight to Yalla Parliament, even before we come back to our course. Second Deputy Chief Whip, our first term, first Deputy Chief Whip. Lala tu talongoma, wula kara songa a MP talpune. Don't want to tell you that the songa, kari songa wula kara songa.
To the song ma, the minyala ni muhatuma. MB Parliament, kama MB Parliament mo, the nyala chamber beri nyala dushel de malenir be kopshi ni plus point na yuabo 276 member karati nyala de puni nirabo pi nye leadership ma ka pa pi ma puni no be bangal se polo yam pila nirba anu ka bang for polo pi nirba anu ka ban nirabo pi so ro we la MP nim kopshi ni plus point na yuabo ma don pi ni vo pi sharp ma agbanu biala la ban ma puni so won pige karya kama ban kana parliament
55
ban kana parliament intien yelban ye pamba in parliament tambala to standing orders anjan to karam standing order 21 be yalame how parliament president is by descending order from speaker to first deputy speaker to second deputy speaker to majority leader minority leader halen to bole position shall ne bien wa pour tanam pae la pamba bambere pour ma MP come pae be pen yolo me and other members of parliament by my position as a deputy whip first deputy minority whip is clearly stated in the standing orders in standing order 21
so the baby yana pashamba
the yana pashamba ma do zo ka jika man tom jitoli ina me jitoni ma parliament ni rebo be understand le ma kana kabzan a jitoni kaye to abalan balama to ne kakan wonji sunsuni to ne kakan wonji nyanga to ne kakan won ku ji ibenzo ma am biane de tuna zo tom de yuan ka ne to ku yisi de me nirbo dir fila parliament ama fila ma biala tabne
I get it
alle parliament am boama ne to yala ne fila dibo de kamna to dumba vunuzo bunuma nye dene tule de to yala statement maybe insabla statements maybe de yala kama water crisis in Tamale kan jinin sub statement ne sable na ma ka lehle ne to zan sen tagba ka lehle ka karal ka da na ya kan na zan chant ti speaker ko le ka admit na ne to yisi karam la statement ma to dum nguna nyala prepare ka kana te karam
jimna yetu ndan ka tuna
ka tunda na le yaram kama fila nam de direction parliament de dira kama vuno zo mchana so tout le monde bala kama statements
I get it
so statement nguna ako en sapme ka so no to edit taba kama man le ven ya ka make sure ka cross check ka facts ka be shaka ka kana te karala dum nguna ako karana ndambala be kama ntamale budget debate be state of the nation address debate kama president Mahama Kanati the message on the state of the nation babies ka at karam budget kama yale honorable Yakaza dale agbayen debate ka mi maybe born debate agriculture part be economy be Yakaza so I want to prepare
just like national budget man
kama MP the marshal so I want to prepare yamanga kana anti di fila shala endi be maybe I am a question kan born boy kama na ya project shaka okay mbwarna mbwa minister for education de cheka project yakaza na banane so I sabla question mark aba admit le ka yisin karale ka wonya ka bo kuma kana nche kama motions am to be tony the ka nyim prepare na ndila fila at every given time the tuna na ready so no to yis no yare to asha karpa ya mangale de tuna to zang ning palebe ka to zang abansan bangzon yare to asha ka ve ya ngamba de sa nyen yislan nyim prepare Amadentuku kind of floor man, they should be able to address the MPP side
at any given time.
So you Anto and Karam statements. Kayi simple and Karam to Yaritasha Carbana. Mangunji to Martunum Bana Yaritashamo. Ka yamalan bala mi wanye ne karne statement ye no la research na be shakam za ka ta karna amaru tun manjin ne to haja kan yele to asha yamalan yele be ka yaman yele a misleader me a offender to rules ma a offender a constitution a yerbe shama the tuna be on top of the issues be kama budget baka and debate kan to prepare be shakam za na debate be akujila to na ka to asha to kana ka yarla in parliament the tuna to bamile yisi to direfila so tun shele ben zantama ma de prepare ma for the future ka prepare ma karche kama wula kan
tinje ka parliamentary to parliament mpa you my now so how can you doctor and back up to the fila but in your case it's different no bon mbo chere kuzan to nyela dansana ati twem ma ka dilare adi vous rocher pour be I agin la tamazon ya so do I just want to know my confidence pam kan mim mama abanyende ma de mal mama I don't know where you got it from Jinsoro chamba buamzo kadba dola nyanga bole bonle ye secret ma because man nation ye MP ko twela na ndiza la bomza ntore banyen nyende ma be la different bonle ye tim ka di katuba awot wala ragat ba chante bari shi
de katim de nyala am male conviction that am Michelma that denye yamangala ma denen yele. So at every given time, I am carrying them, I am buhan them. So mbuhan la parliament because ben tuma ma mine to ala no vote man anya ben zan tu Michel tuma de betu na nde to ala no vi. De me betu na nde wa bagana vi. The MPP party de betu na nde ba vi. Nin to bote talka bazan tuma ma. De tu na justify la nin to bo shall de ben zan tuma ma. Those kama anyelma standing orders be constitution be ben sha ma ba yo ka lawyer nyama. But the tuna abuhan la atuma ne nyeshalem bala me nyala deputy whip ma atuma ne passion nyala ayan organize akokos sham ayan organize amasham ayan make sure ka be chimba ma ka bin shakam zan hakar chan venjanga dozo anya kan nto dir fila shanga mazan ha mba be gehira sa hashal kam buhan de me sa hashal kam za han karan de me sa hashal kam za buhar me sa hashal kam za ha ban de me de cheka mbazane ti si parliament ni yele to ashaka so kamza hamine kama na gbabe be ne buhan ban shama akoto mzangle na vars mazan chantum be dubarma
but above that to be to je soji biara soji maka mbora ya o shepo wa yes of course alenia man le ngba be right town nto ku mi kama na jion anto ku difila kamina entre fila shelmo mbana tu yelle amalo shepo an yerlma yi sisare bangwama so that was one thing learning about your standing orders and your work as a parliamentarian, and the other having the confidence to deliver. Among the parliament was, I believe, but me yet was a parliament, but they are not able to speak because so Jima. Anyway, which I answer is on time. I'm sure it's just God give because I didn't hear it. I'm going to bother you like you talk and the boy be na yam to na te fia basu kate to will be that's what I in son one ni yam kan te wo ni tonso ndwale na yam to na sana na je no po te me no po dai one na chimba sana. All right, so honorable parliament ma as in like okay just for, on a lighter note, just recently in Danjika amoku vice zare kaku yes ministry chible kalam koreta mama. Of course, last Tranjeka Adifila shall hand that poster for Tokasokati, Mr. Speaker, when I rise, Mr. Speaker, example Kantama, when I rose, it appears you corrected yourself anyway. But Melda doesn't see you put a color under my I shall let the Kabon put my be. Kachi, Amokula is on Kula to Abakaso Kampa. Kamukula is a great
Banyarama as I have a woman the Silman Sele.
Number.
No, because yeah, Chakaya, Bayama, but whom the Silmisel, Manager Silmisel. Young Mama Kajini, and Levia can Katia man and not wrong.
No, but you were wrong.
No, Chakan, I could tell you, no, Tokata analyze and dial me. When you summoned in the feel at night, Abayabo. Kaya, Mr. Speaker, when I rise earlier on.
Yes,
Abagania Shama. Can I learn correctly in Yellow when I rose?
That's right.
So, Ankpama statement, my did buy maza there are two different statements. When I rise earlier on, so when I rose earlier on, rose is the past tense of rise. Earlier on means I was already earlier on my feet.
That's right.
The both are both past. So as when I rose earlier on, it becomes tautology, and that doesn't obey the law of grammar. I could tell you when I rose earlier on. And to when I rose. Earlier on, man. If you are bringing the earlier on, you can't say when I rose earlier on. That is tautology. So those are not a corrector, ma. There are two zang earlier on, ma pahe in second statement, ma. So that's what I said when I rose. Tumbala rise, rose, and reason. So the dollar iron usually in the context, ma. So no, I yell it to you see. Dinka yell the command. Shabni yelni, antin yakaso yelni, kaban jayarma. Maybe when sub channels on banner Facebook, when sub editing, kala chat no waka, kana post, kala ban kan poster maho. Kala ban ka yar It is something at the moment can listen in yell. Mini yell, yes, and Sulmi Anto Chirum. Mule be Professor Atamils. Oh, that professor in
academia.
Professor in taxation. A lawyer. I'll stand over me using no ball economic
slip of tongue, grammar.
Exactly. So I yell when I rose earlier on, because that is tautology.
But you correct,
that is not correct.
So under corrected my earlier on double end.
Not I using in yell shell, not I using in yell shell second man. It was not my earlier statement. It was a different statement when I rose.
Okay.
I understand about. So Anto yell you to Ashele. Kasoba understanding that shell bazar Arabian can dial unavailable
absent.
So no years means shell biane. The two ni agbaza take our time. Can I understand the context shell ni yelma? Ama I am pahame because bunku boar na be nang mischief. I never kuna izang laladen ma kuna. Kabang ni yell statement man. Ndabi yisimi. Ndabi when I rise earlier on. Ka yisi change rise ma to rose. Ka when I rose earlier on. Because ku yell lesson.
Okay. So to banda yar motraba milam.
No, you understanding. And you see, Parliament ma la mama language.
I get it.
Parliament no ma the mama language ma. Nito yell come on Parliament bento bohaya can you are not available. Amanku to you are absent. Muna nito be chamber ma funi. Karkoya muna ndir fila ho ka ngbalage mpia office na tenon be sha kabora na anam be sha ni man to you are unavailable. I can't use the word absent.
Abe parliament
abjan
ba ka chamara
din tonun karnyala abia committee meeting din tonun karnyala abia
office
ben sha so din kanane kama tiyel me de yuli silmin sile timbala different ways na yanzu mane ya so bia no bo na yu silmin sile kayele the way I use word kara. That is the basic rule in grammar. The message should be encoded from Mane Yarama. You should be able to understand what I'm trying to say. Anything far from that, I'm not. I was not even speaking for academic purpose.
I get it. No, I know.
Cut this scandal. So for
clarity, I know. For clarity,
I could understand it. The law of grammar. For example, like ne yale mna dir fila kan yale mini donya kan mini do yala he kan yale she said this thing. Under the law of grammar the exchange of he and she if not for academic purposes it's not wrong. In the law of grammar if not for academic purposes so this interchanging he and she is not wrong. Mama put me the donya la he kan me pa yala she. Karobi boy with Kamra Zirfila. Can't see any. She was asking me, can you do program? How understanding India Yemen she can hima. It has already passed the law of grammar. Baby Pamban Yarma and Shah comes on. I am Kapchan Pambian Kappa Google Bako and chances a big chanting number. But you see where I have gotten to. You know my style. After Facebook,
Mami Mauna, I know you're on Kapu. I'm on Buzalanga. Makara Parliament, Busha. Now the Parliament, I tell Parliament, Hamman MP and poor, Shimbala Mayas Muslima. Somebody will catch Chamber. Can't see somebody Chamber here English. So we understand clearly and just will explain. But I explain the Shama, Ndabi Milala. But it's clear now. All right, so it was just
so ban bump but how could to land near 10 I know. When I speak in parliament, I'm speaking to the representative of over 30 million because 12 constituency no vote ma kan chante jina katamale staff no vote so ka sanar no vote so katamale no so like to represent the entire country. So for you ka to jin ni mani ndifila and be able to manage amamanga neto so anye soni to kuya ni nla mistake baby shan no nyingi mo ya na me ya shukuru ka kana na tia shukuru ma ne chan shukuru shan abanyu kuto nyara admission. No, when I graduated from Jimpa, I was the overall best student. I'm aware. With a GPA of 4.0. Manipulo shukuru aba encham tele nejinjo manage some exams buyi. Halne a chance Sabulugu Secondary School in the history of Sabulugu Secondary School. Mananye the first person in the history of Sabulugu Secondary ka pass and straight to the university. Bumpa University Sabulugu Secondary. Mananye first person can put sub SSC and you are qualified to tertiary institution. I get it. So and Kachang Silminton Shukote. When I was in Australia, I attended Murdoch University. I attended University of, but I have done courses at Harvard. But when I'm speaking, they number Shaka Tani and all that. I know, but I think you are just mischief for political purposes. So, sometimes I will read the comments on Facebook. So I answer my Facebook. I have time to waste them because I'm being yellow. Okay. No, don't worry. It's understandable because NDC MPP politics, it's understandable. So MPP ma. I mean that is clear. In fact, that was just on a very lighter note because the matter they were trying to catch you. So did you bump so bump pa bump also. I'm going to yell to ga nakaya shina. But they don't understand how born I yell to Ashama. I get it. So let's look at Parliament Park at Nabema. One other thing I want to know about you, Karakabane, Kayambuanyala, Parliament, Balelium Pulan or Dodger European Parliament. Whoever comes to Parliament land in your office. Mbonambwai in your Wulakato manager Nirwanimane, in your MP Nama, in your Atakan NDC MPs, in your Parliament staff, in your Tukonurba, in your Azonuma, Alajira Zaknumber, Azonumba, Matiri Karakom Yukatakana. Whoever comes to your office, Mbonambang, for the purposes of clarity. Wulakato no manager Lalabanoma. So be no pretender, man of a woman. That's my nature. And secondly, Tolanum doesn't in Tobo, but in Tama. I was elected to serve. And that's exactly what I'm doing. As I been to Piga, we now on the Tabaga, in Zanga Pasha Polo, Kakunkos or Tabagama. Now I'm in a parliament, a whip ma atumanyala the welfare of MPs in summary. MP welfare never been shaka. So you need to be able to be there for our colleague MPs, can socialize with them. In fact, to mama but it has gone far as a whip. The two now mean what is going on. Our colleague, our MP, nama holo young, opa, opumbo, at any time. You need to know, like, they should be your business. So sometimes anya kan office karkunon busy, but because of na unetma pin shalem balama, and then karminya laven shang badano kulle nambozo bunya laven sharam be can believe in the kama na wonni balaga ben shatma kan konkozo ko tmala o tamam solo mazo so nene to swanga shell comes on the cheka babuka tamale the song nukuto swang shell me the yaran kuto swang so laban is part of me. For seeing there, they will come to office and see you. But so whatever you can do or not, and it will on fire, So never can. Okay, so now on the Shambara, or my just a quick one. Kati Parliament, Deputy Whip. I'm to books result that bang. Now constituency, the Yana Pakistan. Specific, I'll put the Biala, but specifically, government shall look at the and this government pune. A Yanyela Wula, government of Pune. A Yanyela Wula Parliament. I'm to books and Bambi Tola. As a whip, several times in yearly, I'm a leader in parliament, more or less a gar minister.
I see.
I could gar cabinet minister.
How?
Cabinet minister. No matter what you do, you are kind of parliament now in our business. Okay, so for example, just mention any minister. Can you then check a leader grow? Can start 3 scenarios.
Finance minister. Okay, let's do my uncle Haruna, education minister. Maybe let's use him. You want to get
so
maybe teacher. Okay, so also deputy.
Tanso ministers.
Let's say energy minister John Jinapo.
Thank you. Number one, Tim Chana Parliament in Benedinche can position man to Goroma. The minister sit behind me. That's number one. No matter who minister you are, Kapchana Chamber man, I am your leader. You sit behind me. Number two, I am Bolma. You have to call me your leader. I was standing orders in Parliament. You call me by your my rightful designation.
Leader man.
Yeah, you call me. I listen and what the Honorable First Deputy Whip said.
Officially.
And then second thing is that Anto Zang Bishana and as an energy minister or something, and then you let be a government. I can decide not to do it. For example, like Daniel and be a majority. Be let's say that Kamayel John Jinapon, who is my Nirpam Barama. So John Jinapon, energy minister, can be government puni, kana until leader on the board no more. So Kapangun Kanati Yalmakama Yisi draw attention to Bensha to the speaker. Who could the Yisi Parliament?
Your powers in Ghana as a leader.
Understand ya?
A
question. Da. So invariably, that is the reason why ka anye leader but hala until leadership ma. No previous leaders in parliament but the parliament there's all kind of ministers ma. If you are not more there because you have been built agar minister talema, so the worst they can do is to give you a minister. So I'm NDC. Before my leaders, my unchangeable leaders, lay minister because uncle to leader, then the only thing can to lay minister. Yeah. So Anya to force and Daniel minority leader, Kabzon Legi finance minister. I'm a and Daniel deputy leader, Kabzon Legi lands and natural resources minister. Kwame Abuja and Daniel chief whip, Kabzon Legi road minister. Ahmed Bandan Daniel deputy chief whip, no could be position, one local government minister. Haruna Daniel former minority leader, Kabzon Legi education minister. Muntaka Daniel former chief whip, Kabzon Legi interior minister. Rashid Pelpo Daniel former deputy leader, Kabzon Legi minister for labor. Minister for labor and other things. So Anye leader in parliament. So Ang Bobo rule Shama. Then members are the same rank. Whatever, apart from budgetary allocation, whatever a minister is entitled to, you as a leader in parliament, you are also entitled to it.
I see.
Yes. Until recently, it was only leadership of parliament who were assigned police officers, both in your house and Mundwala. Just like ministers, where Alan, your leader in parliament, you have official vehicle, official driver, official security, just like a minister.
No phone, but official phone.
So invariably, I'm your minister. You are limited to a sector, but when you are a leader, everywhere. Abdiana ni man. Kama okay, Honorable Haruna Nyala education minister. Ba okuto yale oye chanti ya nwanya energy minister. Bi oye chanti pay ya kazapuna. Ama if I am a leader, I should be able to prosecute government business. One, minila nye leader, kanya minority, I should be able to move my people and be able to understand, either oppose government So alle positions man bisham in parliament. It is a very challenging, especially leadership of parliament. It is the most difficult job ever. Very, very difficult because you are going to manage your colleagues. So comes a hanyelo young boss. Kama twala nom pima. Ka sanargo nom pigi ataisa. Ka ba pigu so gushao. Ka pigu so aqua pim pigu ngongo. Ka kana ka songo mi baza atele manage ba. Kama ngbaza kunye tangmana ne toso ka pigu ma ku kana. Ka tana lam pigi ba ni ba manage.
It's difficult. It's difficult.
So come young boss. Come labor boss.
Okay.
And you have to manage them.
I see.
So it's the most difficult job ever. And you should be able to understand an Irvama. One, in a kuchana as whips, the two mean kama Professor Hudu in your MP. Or mean your background. When you're a professor of agric, okay, so on your committee, the nekandos, okay, the tunes on agric committee. Whips ma, itumambala, ki nankachantin ye leader and yolongo. So the tuni profile every MP can be so potential, can be so kamzahana the two number shao. So the total non cabin shaka yen, you never shayina, cabamia and sha. Oh, Antoku by Professor Hudu in agric sector, wula kanya, yala, okay, those things you should be able to identify how MP Shabon vote Kanama. You whip Maratuna understand about Kambia and to use so comes in every sector.
I get it. All right. So this Antonio ha Timbang aya ye shall be parliament ma. Azan tum shele. Benon kutwala nambukata shele. Taba banan piga kapta piga boss parliament ma. So tinya ban piga ma kapa piga twamne man ma don kubukata shezanti ayenma. Chan kutwenya kwalka ina very quick one. Recently nyela ka during the election, Tranyaka Gomoshel, which Kandashing Tongarayane, young was so to Sobiarma. I mean, Manda understand the tournament in young hell is one of understanding. Kayatwara Nampam, Brian Arlen Jena, what's it called, Tolong, Halkatin Yokulbaka, Jakutu Kana. Now, the Mala, now no Namukopun, and Mala Soloma, Pa Bangla Trasher and Cheranyaka, Nadachi, Yampalanda, Lamna Chimba, Yelni, Bechere, Lala Yelma. First of all, election man in nine, kaya to ashirin nyamparka dagil garazama as an MP tundan ka tun parapolo ba anan parapolo.
Dendano young Palma is unfortunate. Mananye Tolong constituency MP. Any life loss, I am concerned. Ben Shaden nan karaben nan ven yaranga, I am concerned. Ben Shadin and Zan Futina and Zan Kanatu constituency, I am concerned. Among Mima Vin Yalanga. I'm Bangnam Palan in Voso Mumbuare. Ulakatia, Mumbuar Shi to an be Futina be Mumbuar Kalala. I'm a very peaceful making person. Those are not be constituency man. Hale MPP in that Biani. Gomnantani. And Damalia Pam. Unkunga Jere. La Yama Miraba Nahand Miraba. Darabu Bruso, Darabu Barso Pata, Darabanando Soben Shao. La Yamara Bora to mater nerba. There are your opportunities. There are zang the la lebcom semna. There are zang la tontibuna. Catch in da malia. Ya Kamanoku born in the tone be shao gom and better never bally yam. Halendis in the Jimo, so Catolon conference, Kamal Ramalia Shalma. MPP in that big power.
No, and this is the Karanam.
No, so to the entire Tolon constituency. Government man, Nira Malia Shelley. Can the two zang the numbers and I was on the Nanso. Then down cabin shot and down young Palma. It was rather unfortunate.
It was
Katamabima, the Inkanma. The Minikan, Onkanagi, the security agencies, Kabapale. When there is a case, Kaman Kaso Kane, it become murder issue, Kabian investigated. Hatizana, but arrested me.
Yes.
But arrest my mama.
Invited.
I was invited. Cabo Bolma Kankana. I went in there. So, mommy, police in the bola into any interrogation thing. They will say that you are under arrest. So I was arrested. And someone bailed me.
Obviously.
Nearby, back up and bomb nearby. I have to bail. Cabo Bolma. bani ni de bangun kam da biani ka ba za former DC Alhaji Rashid nama no so many people but agba la za kan yerbo bail ba ka pil investigation hale banto boy kama money as an MP but abwa mam mal marafa kan ba yes ya mal marafa because the work I do I have a licensed weapon kabene then they have to take it ka take clear and chant to know what they call ballistics. Ballistics means being benda marafa ko kwal shanga sin manama being neben do ngun tuma ka non up
sharing bago
nzangle go through marafa shell them bien ma so they collected my weapon I went there more than 5 times kabo buama bentu ne buama question shanga kan sub statements ne bumbo ne makabo de marafa to do ballistics marafa Habib san gar kama more than 6-7 months never number test but when they did the test they said that ballistics might have cleared that it was never fired, it's not part of the and they called me again and assigned kabo lapse les entama you get one so police ma running la mama investigations just that to make a very public. We cooperated with them. Come on, man, I cooperated. Kabon kubol makanchan. Halbum voice so koyeno kai oh the two na chang ni mane. Kabo bol former DC no bra nyem marafo san de baza ka bazahanle. Nyer baza ben shana bra bol Alhaji Rashid bula karada kana bombo no ma. Kabo bol ba ne kabol bol shaba no kuto bol be pam via chango. At the end of the day they came out with a report.
Oh, I
and,
see.
Yeah, and the interior minister read the report to the
recent with the press man.
Thank you. So and he said that benda nang be investigation man shaka mazaha hal benda bashap ma. He said it that benda bahati shap mazaha tazaha so nura karpu. So we have all been clear.
Except our organizer.
No, but they have said that he's a person of interest. So person of interest is not the same thing as Ngombongo.
Okay. So investigation process man
gonna go on. So sometimes nora wum yab nyang pala nora yinati yele to amanda ka Ghana ko o yele manda be Saudi ka ora bolna ti o mi da yele to amanda ba mi do bo ba no man no be because la ben mas on jeni interfere on so many karmala kama among body rafila because of Borno no I wanted the security agencies to do their job. So can yelba anytime kaba neither ma for anything I will make myself available. Kaba no halentin nage kayina with their findings. Ntina bora ya kaza men ya kasa she ne ti difila amatin da gbashap maza be so nu karapu so ben yele ngo kanye na lambor ne kama yele ne kama okay ba minye ban mal the right authority to do that investigation. So if you don't accept it kai pa borna za mama so yurlam zalgo pumpo ka gba ipa borna a chantinama so ne da wum ne yabe yang palam vole both MP ne intimate. In fact kan yalma mandaba mi ndaba mi do bo la meeting mane yab nyang pallana because of what actually happened man mono bla nyartaba. And in fact I must be honest, there were certain things that karayi in yab nyang pallan sanna kan so da bo palage baron kunya nama nkane nan sham because babelo oso yes kan so palage zampala zampa la essential den nang ma bopuma but so da palage so mamni after election mbuto mambicha to puho yab nyang palla mi muno di bi dirfila katenda dirfila shama because mbubwar na muno dirfila kartun mala kama high influence over certain things, so there had been zero communication with regards so mambiala sambanne ntinya lala ben ma kama nkunya le Facebook shama la kan gbazanya la message ma no bolba mnati yala ngoka so da dirfila ma anle nanma busula no kunye MP mo nyap tole na suma me lan lab duama lan lab suma lan lab duama agba ka nyap nyap pa lan basuma lan lab duama la nyala yap kasulla mun bisha kamza ha nan ma biya ko nan ma za ha nyala be subject so dun nan ka yina bugbaza na butu bom malagu nzankana nyinela yina na atanan bisha contrary to rate salgu ka ipa
mbwarma
so mansani Tolong constituency, yes. Bashar and Danang is unfortunate.
But Allah, how did you feel? You heard it. Can you present that yell in a way? Shama group nda chanta pana ne be yelma ni ajana ban la nyala badan tarma ye to ashari tren kana ban ye badala chi ka da bola yela nara kana. How did you feel?
No, to be honest, lala ye to ama, in fact, on wumleme ama mandapun ka intention ban in chala nyampala. In fact, lala benda yele na man tango zo
Mohammed
in constituency secretary. Nda ka yungo boko kulman. I was not in Ghana.
I see.
Nda ka around.
So alapun ka yela kana.
No, mandapun bekanna. In fact, in changla ashiptene na man tango zo on kago. The dabayi coach.
Okay.
So and Mohammed Miranyela Nimvoso nang part of me.
I know.
I
know.
Mohammed Yela Nimvoso kama kanuto ko jia ko chante zan ben shakam nan tetema kan dikabu buhaye ka wina. So ndana min ku jia Mohammed to ko kana daban dirgu nan te ona bundala bundiru mbe mbo Mohammed be ko kana yan dilen. Ni ndira to ona munu na be shambala. Election day ngun nda be in strong room ngun da nan de coalition. Tunda 2024 election Mohammed ndanye ngumbe the party office kanda appointee ko quality resource mazantama Mohammed kanda appointee as a constituency IT director ndanye IT director in 2024 election
anene ko to
nne ra to oshambala so na onda biara trazongel pam ka san lare na wumi no kunamta ka buharo to zo o so no buara sa hasha kama. So because in fact, I was very hopeful that will recover. Common doctors man are difficult. I'm not happy to us. So I'm jealous somebody. Mammy me to Muslim side one of the shams go to Kanakabi. So mandapum be chang man, that's number one. Daka young. Number two, being yellow can. In fact, so I communicated to my director and that woman let me through a third party. The man constituency chairman da yelma.
But na yelle.
Never yelle ni
Kulma
ni Misa Moshi. Man mara kanani man. Can you know if the nyala kabiyara it's still a volatile area. So election nang ya kaso Congo nya vule ya na. If the nyala yan kam nani man ka zan fitina na don't want no problem. Even though mbe nkana. If amadin nyala bomboir le shambala no problem. I will stay away from nchang yang pa nya nchande yan zan fitina da rumwa kucha.
Okay.
So fitina da kanani mani. So do bi ni mani. This all can be changed, man. I'm angling that for a nearby shakamaza because man never MP. Whether in Chang Yang Pala, Pam Chang Yang Pala,
and that's where the chief was coming from. In fact, I won't video ma. We talk about Manla to Abachan Chemical developmental issues in a typical among them was STEM senior high school ma. We talk about Malak lab man checker Zanka Noble and Bangsulma. Are you also saying that? Na yirbe yelong ma dere na ranyen kwalem so ma shukuru ma dere ble nang be sha ko yele twa shalong ma amani ya na pa chang de pa wula so ma tama apa chang
nyele tolong constituency MP banda vote ma zan hana bambo vote ma election man na ma mananye MP so the entire constituency from Zantani haleno gwalanga chang na yele junction the constituency ma tatar ma zan mananye be zan MP so on da yele to ashanga ma it was historic which is fact. What I bought MP Becana. What me which I am the D1 year, my boy no young.
To right at the team.
Be sharpenum. Cog young Palmi Conco Yale. Entire constituency, Mazan, Boleno. Nothing. Car entire constituency, the entire region. Not the region Boleno. What they are doing is just settings and communication. Nothing. 1 year on. Halang to Kujiango to constituency 1 year Hon.Habib All League MP 2021 January Halena Tekana 2022 January 1 year Arana Antonia visible things that I have done
about this thing more upon this rating Yenanga Narban Naran Tran Canada Fun Naran Kazan the Daba don't call no Punku Uraka and Balana. So let's limit that to Yakpala. I am a bit sharp on Yakpala, even with the NDC. Bo, so you are absent.
How do not with him Namanda Yama, Mulekunya Sanzan Yankala Kanyatuma, Carnato Songs. Money.
Tenaba woman Sonia, a base on Yaki. Money. Never make shame boy. I ain't Balang Yambala. No cool under Zambua when you to my.
Mulekunya Kamakakumi Mubo, Ama Manuto Kala, Yankpala, no cool League MP. empower ne other visible project in yab palantang ban ne tum shell yab palantang ban abo anyi makam lezumo 4 years bokuto tum le palantang ban kan pal konko ho palan yab palantang ban o ma tung par fam kama dundo Gwalanga, Galen Chao, part of Naha Galen Chanyala and Yam Palantang Ban, Karambalamanye and Yapsanarna Tangbani, Kachang Belago Pulo, Yampal Kukuna and Yampal Tuna Pulo and Mama Shaka. Man ne MPP party, Tinung Ben Shao, and Tin Yam Palantang Ban, Hatin T. Liam Nama, never number Kutonung Lalaban. Nara none of Benshama, they were just visible. Nda kama na nyampala foi katinya pirga STEM school ma sha pulumba kanyampala nem ya na bam takanya ya community center ko nyorsung na senior high school kan yele ba election ne tiampana debatama azabe ile nye one na p ama what they fail to realize that the current president, His Excellency President Mahama, na min kan nyampala zong na to promise ba no yirwa bun ka ta pirga secondary school diraba na
before the system
ama manera yalle drabi yu kabka ta pille yalle za pin yalle Ghana kanda lobby ka wan kada konko ban lehla de konko ama ku bagen yab nyang palantan ban ka ba nyang pala halle ne tungole man che ka ban le kan nang le ko tale mo shaka ka chang tungole ba ma ka ba miare kindagati nzanzane ni mane ka yini man nyang pale ku ko na ye bra kalati karnya problem tuna yele boar bo mo ali ya boar na nungo boar menika boar ngo de kala
ala yo do antu ni manam bro kan ka rajo ma
kan
balago na
balago kan dana balago clinic
okay after
ka baza ka de no balago ya pala vogelat kana ni mane te police station chama kun kona nan fon man maza man dan lati zan da funu ka ba chan na yele halle na ti chan to gwalangan chan ti yidato yele de parlement man che kapzan le ti contrat ka ba de zan no yam nyang pala antang ban na kan ka ti bagi de yele dundo junction dundo da kalati karnan lati nan dundo ngba dundo halle gurman chayel de parlement zan ka bazan le zanti contractor de contractor malle ka kana nyang patu ka shabbe police ka shabbe fire service ka shabbe prisons ka shabtum the bank ka shabtum the ECG ka shabtum the harbor.
So in short abela training man about the affecting nyang pala
mi yel me anya man de tumtum challenge yam nyang pala antan ban within 4 years ma har ben yel ndi chana nyang pala 4 years liam mi kuto tumtum agbama ban tite ntiri chana ne tuna mi chana ban tum pai ama nyala so kam nyang pala ya if mbukata ne jia ne cham nyang pala I will go bozo kambia ncham dende no kujia kanya mbukata gbam ne ncham ni man ama de nyala din yala ben shade ya affect peace ni man no problem because manyala peace
aku chanka zo yi se zable
kama zoka
ndé ba zable funna ancha
ama ben nyankpala misu nyankpala ngono su otangban ngon kan da ya na za
aba so ya sheka
amenele de nyala nirba tang babe tenjian de nyala nama ne MP ne DC because DC ka president P example open na so if nyankpala no su otangban kasu ben shaka bana kama okay it is okay because den da nan kan constituency chairman da yalem nan de kora ne min yab nyankpala yalia
okay
understand abu
na ci man na chanta pago
so munin yale so am on tlam valbe za hanan ti yal no bu kat so bu kan so it means here so bukata na baga kartu ne cheni manan tam
de bukata na baga
ka bu voir ma sahashal kam za ha bin to ba man yala ba MP man am MP for all
okay
in the constitution
I got it so to ko le tija session where everything has been cleared ko na ra yele to ko na yele the nama so STEM school ma what's the fate quickly kati nyankpala ora
arate ya no yele yeto ashale so manda wom audio mo ra yele no believe ne MP ne repiarna
yes
kabe mo origine kabri yele ma STEM ma school ma mi to no nyankpala ne mi nda fo yen nya go galga karkan so the people of Nyankpala call on me but MP na
ya mama ko yelma
yes
ari taba skuma ana
kan de twarna ma o yelme no mun ba ne regine
ya
ka o yelner na zania da na bum nda ka ba tema man ba ne nye MP bian ma nanam gbum mam kan bian assemblyman nam gbum mam kan bian opinion leader asan zalnima ba za ha gbab mam ka tire ma yeto ashanga den to non to
Yeah, I guess.
andi bi jian tiri non de ben shakar nya so yorlam mam ne bo po han yi yo taba karton raban nan karan nan.
What's the fate of the school?
Dene
The Zama, ula kara Zama. STEM school, man.
the fate nyala, it has been awarded to a contractor. It is an ongoing project, and the contractor will finish the project.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, nuru kuba kwa na nara jana madran mala de ora bola revile. Sina high school, man. Kanda bona nyere.
Ka senior high ma konko.
Probably.
Kare konko nye nyankpal nam probably nyankpal nam bale yeto amosra shamazaha. The way I have tackled nyankpal yeto in fact, the cost la shabon ba miare school ma and this national project shall in nyankpal kar cost kar la arna to pa ba mal non de shao STEM school ma.
But the UDSS, you think that will pass them, man? School, man.
Yala meya the single-handed project Shaitan Kuzana within Lala period. The Konko, the value. Anya Lala school mana is more or less like a university because the STEM is science, technology, engineering, mathematics. And in fact, Trabzan in Nimanu Mahu because Ndam Fun Yalen Yam Yang Palantam Bang, Tenda Nagas Senior High School ma. Karge MP, boss Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, on the STEM Junior High. Cargo constituency. Try and Zala Nyankpale Junior High School no Mazahana to a cluster. Baza STEM Junior High School. Karazahama Beshaka. So it was going to be a one shop. Kachang Nyankpale Junior High, STEM Junior High School, and Kachang Senior High, and University Myanmar, Kachang University. That was the normal vision shall not is anti Nyankpal lab. Come at the young who STEM Junior High School, but who among the NDC can be able to talk for a STEM Junior High School? Never done Nyankpal. We
have an education minister, the Guma education minister. Can you vote NDC?
Nyankpal MP.
Nobody's vote NDC.
My MP, my education minister, near number shall. Now, so bazan chances of millions.
I get it.
So definitely, the young company lawyer Haruna to the feel. And you see, Parliament, me ben shanga bian me karapunya. If I'm going to tell you how can Nyankpal STEM school mas and taba, Drakani originally, it was my efforts that made it happen. But as I 9 schools now, no in Parliament. Come on, Yarama, and I was the leader on front man. Benzan la can buy education minister. Kambo, what is it? Leader, I wanted to lay these STEM schools. Kambo, where's the paper? Goes on to me. But lay document. Now lay in yellow paper. Bananas on the number man. You want me to lay this paper? Can you You are doing that. But if you don't include young, but I don't lay the paper. Don't know some kind of piano. Come on, education minister kata batalong na di makata le ko chang ntenang amendment na kata ya na ati yisi parliament when volley tinya nang le chapulo ma de show yam mo na ro bol nyang pa ma yul ba ko yisi bol original ones ma ka bol nyang pa example. That's how come nyang pa was part of it. My single effort kan da pushi kala la ben yarma kan Dr. Amin bazane le go o single effort he push karga ka agenda 11 tanan kanani man onda na pa finance minister karge nienya benwo agenda 111 Dr. Amin nira na pa BMP kabra pirgala la ba kargo nuda karapuni. It came to a point that kabaji meeting karji no yom agenda 1111 contractors go ba in ya karga but mala problem with benwo mami nyef
come here
check kama yen ya ki bezan karga pa zan ya karga pa for kan bana. That's how kabra zan karga pa o single effort in check up zan pa before he began Karmale. The same thing with the Karage Junior STEM Junior High man. So sometimes I'm be Shalpolo Kalala Banyan. Probably Bishop Yalma, but me lawyer Haruna relationship. Maybe you can be saying things outside. But we are very close.
I know.
Very close.
I know.
I admire him.
I know.
Whatever he has achieved, never achieved it. I am growing, but I am learning. And he appreciates me a lot. Mun lawyer Haruna, he appreciates me and he's happy for me. But Bidirba,
but
they don't know. So because to be honest with you, Muna and Dr. Mohammed Amin Adamanta, but achievable man Habib never
politically
but achievable. So never achievable man. I admire them. Probably maybe never so maneti jini can you compare your ma many lawyer Haruna Mbongo. I think they are making some mistakes. My lawyer Haruna as my senior brother.
No, not
not listen, senior brother, but that's number one. Karan Lehero as my senior in politics. Probably or achievement. You see, how do you compare somebody who was a national youth organizer, number one, Kole Minister for Communication, 4 years. Kalegi Trade Minister, 2 years. And Legi Labor Minister, 2 years. 8 years as a cabinet minister. Betoku Lusra, 6 years as a minority leader. 14 years. Unprecedented uninterrupted power. Kate Hon.Habib, Nerembale, 14 years uninterrupted power. Katwalanza and the boom. I'm telling you.
And so the comparison still stands. What I try to tell you,
can do 14 years uninterrupted. So all achievable in Shama.
No.
Man never achievable, but I also inspired to achieve it one day. But when I achieve it, the story will be different.
We are being diplomatic with this. And the flesh, I understand.
So don't create perception. We are very unbelievable. No, he was going to Kuwait and I was coming from Saudi. I'm going to meet airport. No. It's different from Bombay, social media.
I know.
But I see him as a senior brother. I see him as a senior in politics.
You just said that. I didn't give 14 uninterrupted power. What it means is that Mr. Haruna is performing abysmally. That is what it means.
No, I don't know how you are going to conclude.
That is what they are comparing.
No. I don't think so. You see, so comes no model of politics. For example, Antonia kana Tolong constituency. Intendo the tension alati. Maybe or lawyer Haruna constituency, Shepard and Kankakalati. You understand the point? So the dweller anya nang ben yaharma changsham. But what I'm telling you that money, I have a lot of fire in my belly to develop Tolong constituency. So if you are following me based on the fire that is in my belly to develop Tolong constituency, you get problem. Hali NDC government no kudimo. I'm giving you 4 years and to let my young government in this constituency. In the opposition, Banyan Tumla to my youngba. Don't push your man from Youngba. The number of projects in Tolong constituency, the lives that I have touched in Tolong constituency, the impact that I am making in Tolong constituency, the big opposition, in Tolong constituency. So no ban compare. You see, there are things that people don't understand. Tembe outside, to go in Kamabate chamber. Politics, Mama Lavensha, I'm better poon, a couple. Try na zambe yetu ashanga bae karanya abo na zan le kanantin nga afulni tunto ko beche mban ku mian mian nan wache ko kala yidan kanantin shi anyor ti ka be nyor coffee be ka tizan hadzir fila then we are all you see and then be shami ko mbian me forcefully you tell lawyer Haruna to the face that brungo de bannan ya ka zongo brungo de bannan but what I am doing it for my people. And that is what my people want. And that's why the people trust me. And they continue to vote me. I'm going to be a you are very the impact to whole.
I know.
Liam that deal last 12 constituencies, 18 constituencies, Maza, 12 Liam that deal last. So Angia, you are never from Dabakana to vote to 12 constituencies. 17,000 people didn't vote in the constituency. So even Uncle in Nung, Alle Ninya vote Shanga, Kaleba Bakanama, Karia non percentage, Kabdirbe Kandiantiba. But there was voter apathy.
That's right.
Nationwide. The party man, the party man, because of the non as a government and popular policies, the Benshanga Biani, kat the party nearby, Haka Shabu Mima, had the party nearby that could be. Kadu Kabiarma, Maka, Yaba Kabina Chana, Kalara, Kamin Long. Kakuya party, Bukuto Yelmi.
Okay, so
Akama Antole, Kama, for example, Akama Al Rashid. Alhaji Rashid Daniel Northern Regional Organizer. Ko kutum tum halle ka bo yoro. O chant tum pala tuma wale ntum ya polo ka bo yoro ko nye regional organizer ka changal da boko en zan tum party tuma ma. La ka o ka ben sho ko to no ben shawo. Ko di wahala chan bo la ran chanti digi hal Alhaji Rashid ka bank te cardole because ora chant de lo bo borne ni yale to amama ni yale because of biaran ka bank ma to dolo halen to buru shi ba ndabe yang bago me ko tumtuma ma ka government ma fu ba ka bo yo as regional organizer maybe on the dan ma ka ba yo the nya ben shadin ya ni
some part
Brian Kwara chairman Samba yele man and that stop play as regional chairman ko dego loan ADB ka zan no chant tumtuma ka bo yo chairman Samba ka dolo halle no yo bo yo by then and that ADB board Cartesian kamaden kana shama o yilma bo kwalle ka puncha on tupunye notice mas and par zo no bo kwa no bo nongle because he didn't have tumtuma ka bo yo o filling stations ka parle zanzale ka Dr. Bawu ya bolna gbanti yelba chairman Samba ben wo yo original chairman mo ka za ha ka bo block o ben shakam ko ku to lan no be shakan ye regional chairman ben dan ko ho yilma man da chan to bolare nto yo cham to bo samlema ka bank man na ye la embargo mas and par so Brian Kwala chairman Samba yele o filling station de maza ka parle ko te tayule aralanya ko nda user lily gold la ka ko ti chant user usual rati lan cham no te register shell ka clock bu block o ben shakam za no ko party dira ko nye regional chairman
ka kalare ka bu you
so some of these things
Rashid is able to
so ambe me no Rashid bravo you up to now he's chasing money
no
something we am number I'm being honest. You know, muna tukumala open conversation. Karpana de pala radio station. At the point, Dr. Muhammad Amin and that legal finance minister can step in. And now you lashele unti chairman Samba kabnanto different OMs nozan amo IPCC o certificates no ben shakama san azan it was not paid ko tumtuma yaga obi yo ka de loan. You know how these business people how they operate. Ben chairman ti de loan ya kazansan ti tumpion tutum onzan de loan man tum with the anticipation that the banks will pay the government will pay ka banks yebe ya ka be yebe abo ka be na on ku be yire shan le bra ko harlan chairman Samba o yile bra ko harlan MPP big government.
There was even an audio. I mean, I will cover a bit different person. Habib Day loan, Rashid Day loan, ADB.
Manguna, that's one thing you will never get me. Managing day loan anywhere, managing day loan. And you come on the show. But day loan, bank and Kagana can name day loan. Managing day loan in my life. Managing day loan. My ministry, I'm not corrupt. I am not corrupt. I have never been corrupt.
Me no
so many are trying to build government to shape kaka in the Zula government. In fact, after any government.
So what gives you money?
You are
a rich MP. You are a
rich deputy minister, minister, board chairman. So look after any government fund by the into zoo.
So
do you get the point?
Where did you get your money from?
Money. I have been independent financially for over 20 years now. Come on, Mambelanji and so song my vase on. I'm an abyssal mint and a large in Yipiarlan Balama and Jenny Yell. How MPP time, Cabinet Minister Shabra Biane, Katinda Bio opposition. They were working for me when I was in Australia. Vama large in Jitron.
Chile.
Kuranian minister, I'm at MPP in that opposition. Australia. They were working for me. Kamalan company.
So you didn't make your money from MPP.
So
I will MPP.
Baden kaya babumbo na Soilan ma. Manguna kama amba mi. Bisha kama former. Take a former Soilan ho. Mama I am bagam businesses. I have a lot. Ni mama me I have a lot of businesses. So maneno no benshanga I am Jimmy Camilla government ngoncheko onyar la harmusha. What was I doing in the government? Kucham tele government benenya government project bono boka alaja bibu na mento. I was just a leader in parliament. I was not looking after public pest. Ama tenda tumte party nem biaram sham. Ni ntepai apart from Chairman Samba Mona Alhaji she's store one and chang in the Greater Accra region, Ashanti region and other things. There were party people. Kabukufa kabukunya larland ma kat party to government man can to frustrate me shawaka obutonya be near way shall go through. But me I'm boy manera be Australian to pag tam share man that part tam man to matter government. I was having my own business and I had over come on katuma kanirba come on about tomorrow kayarba when I was there. Man, no kuna nintizan sa anargo. Didn't da na check my man. Pumpo come and kalare. That time I was.
Obviously, you can't compare that time to
Pumpo can kalare. That time I was a millionaire in dollars.
Only like a
Manka because not I know the Benshani man. I was being paid in dollars and there was stress free. But now there are responsibilities beyond it, pressure beyond. So I'm late my belly. I'm nama. Before regret who?
Well, regretting what is that?
I'm telling you, some share them general.
To regret.
He part my pony. But some share them general. How December or Kubama Dabi comes a hanging your own. How Bankushi and you are very Liam Tentendano or a zoo a Zama, but Pambapul Lucilla Hope Kajama. So Tolan constituency, Kubama Bandaku Kanatian campaign and Marjor Paralaja Bibu, when Dr. Baumiam and MPP party, my own capital. Oh, Mamma, I've been your Baba and Tito Canati and Marion Sojima. So, Anya northern regions are Sheldon couldn't save Catapult Zileka 2028 now Panya Tolanqua.
Oh no, stop it there. I'll come back. So just a quick one. To be Jata FM Karga. To some poros on Karga Zana Banyane. Min Hon.Habib Idris. Kalembe Tolan Radio. We are on Facebook Live. And to share a message man. If I program share after this one. So to what come to question to us wapune. Then ka qualify. Nyeka Burman Jana. Then what again? Share the Facebook live feed. And you'll be allowed to go. You'll be Hon.Habib. To digital feed as Anjande is. In fact, generally politics, but constituents were trying to all right. So from from a very level ground, you have to last one man and holding public office. That is one. Two, whatever he's doing, one will fund and that should be my next question. But you are in opposition. Kindly under the being shakama, the being stop it. You put a fund them.
Then can yell me come on. There is no former soil. Temple former minister, former DC, former CEO, former deputy CEO, former take a former.
No.
I will yen and under the shanga. And I'm a maternity ward in the Macabell now assemble and Mira, big government in Mira, Caranela Mira, chief for you maternity ward, assemble in Mira, government in Mira. No, in Yaramia, I am highly connected. Highly connected. Hal Bishangabian Command Nula Carpa government. I am highly connected. So no one understand Shama, Manula highly connected and well aligned. So Anya Benda Yara Kabang Marjor constituency, no tono Bishaka and assemble and Nangle. No tono Bishaka, and no government in Nangla Kankanata claim. Pupon, Iba and Yala Makadu, so Yala Makadu, chief for you. Me maternity wards and then non shells chain dua and then shells wow and then shells tale. Ki didn't maza haki and government in Dabian can non shells chief for yema, government can come till to put me and Nakan Bisha paintable. Canon the shells and the war wakamon naile. Dugaza put me in Zankana. Assemble Miara Brungozan and the man cheap compound. So ndana yala contract on you mama ka assemble na be denma because the man yala maternity ward ben naga be cheap compound before ka maternity ward man naga ka cheap compound man na be die it will serve no purpose kan ndana you know who mama chief for them from them denma there's already a cheap compound there so maternity ward man na it makes sense twalongo yala banjira 20 seater the bayi kan yam twalongo
under this government
kala miare ka me share ya in tale under this government, Kayina until you be shukru fees.
No woman, the funding is coming from
under this government.
No woman, the contract
under this government can Yarma. But by Yarma, Shakam, I'm being honest. Look, like I said, no year earlier on, the fire in my belly, no born tomb. Ne later 12 constituency, no born and Zang Chansha, no born and Zang Lebanon, some Shangazan Canada from Mazuzo, the Conco. The Chamakan Jara Mamma come sometimes because the fire of Shannon and Mambakala Arma views. Anasania Mangba Kumbal, Hankal Cannibal, Anam in your Jargo Kunyala, Anam in your Jargo Kunyala. Anam in your Jargo Kunyala. Now in a billion man.
So, but I attack Mama can eat.
Mama me I
my question
Mana Mitaba be don't come out. It's on 25 years.
Yes, I know.
25 years Lemka could be from day one.
No, originally I'm supposed to be MPP and NDC. But
original you
are alumni MPP.
I know. Yes, Mana ne Dangmas want to vote MPP ama liamnya
mina masara bela le
hala awia
hala ma dwaro nya mamudo sa so kata za
hala de yule awia na yi shafula za hadi yel de za kaso nya mi ma mi timila tim
ta pa
so tin tre sa
ma bosa kan ba
tin tre sa ma timi a yi shalna so in effect no de ben shanga ma yare ngaba de parlement ndi nye tola la arla be de parlement la arha
amala
anzan se kamala
na da amala
so bien ya
ana
jin ya kaso mal araka so she kuma la arba kan da mun digo zikarta
I know so tani wona amala
so mal araka kunya so din kan ya ma de parlement la arha mal so pi de parlement la arha mpum biel solozo de parlement la arha nin yen nin salpi kamal wa ka jirwa la sha kan nuto son kan bu son da
no but to change no the Jesus na ti la nya ba den do fon nawo tell so on man abi abon lapo nawo pa ma ndiru ba mi o ma to ne kara kara to mi anyo so ba so ku bi yon to bi na shi yara na so adora bi ko 1 week akra anta ni na le MP za fon nawo zantane amana la za wele ka ko tan ta ba bongo ngaram zamba tan ka ba vinwa ne kwamba charla kwam terminaka kwam yira kan assemble na ka ba chanta nam da badin ma na shagara din ma how come
ngule yalla
you just donated it.
So the point is that ala ka assemble zan nan le
be na 4 billion
okay so manimi assemble ne zan la shell nan le ma ndin ma nan le me kar course ma ndin ma number 1 da non quality garba din ma number 2 ndin ma non quality anya bin dati ma me propaganda ne ku be shafi ma brati yal ne ndin ma kar nan wula kar chip kano ndin ma ya ne usere machine shell ma den yala 40 horsepower
yes we know
40 horsepower ben to ku bazantane halle ne gbupe turu komma ne halle ya pinchan halle ne gbupe turu komma pu den ka expert ma da advice ne kama den nan la ma den is better ka nan beliab gala kanon POP nzan nan din yake ka smoothness kar beer pu no shaka so bra liab gala muswan ne bin nan POP ma nan le din yake ka bin shaka nan da fara kama bin shara cibla volbe bin shara
so the photo da yi ma
the photo ka da fara bin shaka bin sha malle POP ka bra yan sule
okay
din yake ka the inside ma kar nan smooth so that din yake long journey be din yana so an jini ma da pu ni ka ji comfortable look amma mene assemble din ma da ku to kun ye yim din da hanshalo man din ma ne to champa sha din ma ku to champa la that's number 1 kom ni en chesham kan din ma ne to chesham assemble din ma ku to bu use of 15 horsepower ma me ya kama wula kayan bo ma kama binti yo bagre dam mami zantan kom ma na min ci halka ta be wala shi ma karja na da gba ni ma du hala an to be kom an to be ngar ma ngar 1 hour 2 hours understandable so don't to be a lala ma but 15 horsepower ko to chang lala it's risky ama ma 40 horsepower ma ko malaya de kunya la 40 horsepower ka ko malaya de ko malaya kama mnajia ka so kana teta V6 kanta V8 me mara ko to do altaba
I got it
to lala nyam mun badan ma mbala ma and then man kama almost times 3 of both the horsepower and then lala boat no ma me an ko ye machine ma zan song de mun kanun shangaran pombia na rezanya la yim
machine manual
the effective manual machine so but the manual 40 horsepower capital manual 15 horsepower but me den ma to na nyele they have used assembly can use no assembly can use so assembly mama use like close to 9 years zanang because Mabarkisu Ajibarkisu former DC time ka rings and kabra kanate nti machine ma omile la DC from 2017 be 18 mbalama 2017 ko le DC ka machine ma da ho ka pirgo zantana banma ko ci chanka ona bo mosi kana haleka ona bo brema kana nti pae
awadarwa
banma din che karamani dum pum be zantana difference nya machine so a machine in your 15 horsepower kan din manye 40 horsepower anto zan compare les an mini yare bi yare kan zan lar nan wa kazan nan ma in pre finance le me halin jion assemble na batama 1 cedi from it o ma fu donate man zan lar da machine kan nan bi shakan kwale ka pre finance le zan ba mun bi shakam za before ka assemble na yina dum no halin zungo ni yi muna na dirfi da son assemble na bati 1 cedi towards no donate boot share zantima 1 cedi na bakana so anyel ne man nangle be man zang ben surgun de lar nangle you are 100% right to say that because nangle ka donate le taba nan be shakan ka be user ma 1 cedi in yel assemble ndin ma 80000 yel min nangle 80000 ma ka be zang be shak zang par 1 40 horsepower ma ku boham market the near 40,000 Ghana cedi
400 million
eh
Ghana cedi
so la kan dare minute pa ben shaka ma zan ha na ben shaka ma zan kar ba za ji ba 40,000 the only thing that you some ben suru la arzan nan yala life jacket ma mani the ben ma I don't think I should take the money from my common fund and that ngban to song nirba ma we was ka buga vote ma lege MP ma the two ngba za to song ba ama man den ma 80,000 in yale so assembly yim na zon ti yete ne den ma yala ala ka wote din check den ma ye different from den ma
no 4 billion
ma ton wum le shamba
yeah
ama be yim na nti yelti because I had dodger
okay so officially yours is 80 the
money my 80,000 assembly me we have given them invoice to the effect that we want 80,000 from my MP common fund I have given them advertising going through the procurement process to pay the 80,000 but I mean you
and I don't tell me before they even advertise
yes so it was pre-finance lar kan da zan nan
so quickly cuz gu is antane e to ayina ni man pam e to apunda me and this neglect by me for many years the MP been character revival just count me 2 3 10s 4 10s akufa the government and your stewardship in the shares antizantane kati ni man
zantane to mabeliam num ku bolla zantane num yol hale carte gamsaria zantane num da yayame iji boshal ne nan kaba na ba rashe mo maka zo ka liambe power
yeah
kaba yel na bu boar la me ibe garga ba kaba ne bu boar la ke ne bu ku to nye lati karoti ji ne kana ne yan nan la lati taba an kan an can zantane mana nan lati taba shahadu kura na kura gunsu bon mana nan lati nan ne mana za hatan sa na ma za kai nan tin nan kaba na kalati kan nan borehole taba dan tam kalati na kanin kaba nan lati ka connect it into mechanized kayan me maternity ward ma gba nira chan ni man ma nda yelba kayan me maternity ward kwama tanda nji materials ma garzo karba za karne yi na tunu so lem nun kuto kom they can never compare nan ben sha zantan lem kuto nan ben sha kar ku compare one in terms of importance two in terms of cost ati an chamte le tari number 2 katara gba latima in savannah region halne zantane alanya pol dar la alanya we la kayan zan boats shele halin kun yala 4 billion ba ka bashir zan nan na ku kalma pole dare from tari number 2 no way na to na voli kena zantana nya yara ku gar 4 billion in the first place
but you didn't buy it with your own money
no nira nan zanta di zahara nya cost sharing some of lati shanga nira nan ma it was cost sharing government yan yeme bungo la argalsi pam to kuto nan la kan yala okay ne sai kan yo cost of bin shanga kan gba yo cost of bin shanga kan yaban saya and lay assembly that are letters DC Nubora, he should come and prove me wrong. Kabazang letters in sound, let's not cost sharing. Karajia kama government until material, the cost of haulaging, the cost of installation, mangbanyan nangle.
So you are private itawa.
Good. Ka government nang bo kangba nang shelzan nang bo. Kaing bagay from Zantana Halena to Pago Gunstbong. Babu chanla ni mana, so babu mi Dimbisha Manchanla ni man, I know the distance. I'm going back from Zantana, not in ye Gunsubong. Came back Gunsubong, Halenati Shaharukura. Came you man, not chanty Nakura. Kate and I is on the Bisha. Bukuto ben shani ma to Bampabenter ma, you understand? Benakuya Kanama, and then they want to do this. Well, you see, me, I'm very experienced in this game. So unko observe from the teacher. The Yetuashanga Biane, the Yellow Dabsel Biane, I'm a cat in my jiao.
I see.
Ye to ashanga biane. Ama be yar zantan shelma. Ni yab zantan la mno teng panse. Be mi ngom pu biar beso. Benda jar la. Ngwera kana te yeba la mane. Benda ka wana kom yura. Ngwera kana te yeba la ben mapu. Kala te hande zantan na mi tamme. Alat ma ra ku kana ka be mal be ngaram bare yara boot ma. Halan barana bataba ama ka kum ma ke do ka kum ba boot ma wa. Ama latima dra ka substitute nya go galga te tale. Zantan.
Cardano.
I
see. That's right. Zantana, you based on table, it won't pally to buy. In fact, you to share the non marketing MPP Nangma, don't go Yelma. So, honorable. So,
Zantana, for the first time, MPP ND box Zantana Yanga 2020, 92 Harlene 2020, and this in the every box in Zantana except Gusubon Katanamindi. I'm a Zantana Yanga. MPP NDC could di 92 hale ne da te kanati yelba i yel mo solomon yele dene ka bi yelma nyele lati mo min kunya te je tapini kan yelba trust mi yama kazan pol dare 13 zan na te zan song ba ka ba vote mi yama kan nan lati mata ba ka bi nin shir to ma Kaba vote kan 30 polls kan da zan somba kabe ma ni poll dar won ne ba sabara puni nti yir puni ni poll dar won ne warla mal bane kan yelba sahama marna amini ta 2020 election MPP ran because of COVID MPP ran la te primaries June katra nan le that was 5 months to election by then ndana ku 2000 number latima amanda ta ba poll dar kay yebu ku vote ma kan nyani yan nan sha kaba ti nation ta kazanta nan vote ma election dana pa ga kan nan latima ta kan nan le to kabe ni yepulo nun ku to non lat ni yanzan la ni yepulo kan gba lat manzan den yala kwama poll dar ku to nun la tare mi wa ka ta gba le tare ayan gbage kama tare na ti te zantane yana kene tambal de garia
ki vola ti chan
yes ka ku vala hal na zantane
labe
kayiran tan nan le gale zantane ka gba chan amen le gbage zantane na ti en chan na ti page gunzubon de gbaza ku paga kama kene nyang pala
jisi unkulu la turo chan zantane je to asherba wo cha so zanta o le bala jarabe mama na
ma me disi o ba no man damba ti chan primaries so baro en shan kan man ko ba internal ben yar ko
brewa polo ka be damba polo
ay man wona man ne bor shan man mim non consensus no mo bitin vote haben zan honorable dc zal yasha ka zan damba zal yasha be zan yan diba so de kay to asha
shule
bun ba ban ti zal candidate ma won bo gbo ya ko mo ya wa be zan ha ba ku to tumpa ma you understand ntuma ya ba min da marji shan ama man ga to asha ga de ku to yale alaja bibu da kana ta son bambon kabiyal ni gwamnati bane alaje ba bibura ka ta no ka di ya di gwamnati bane bugba na zanto gwamnati bane mana be mi malla plan na biyan dilala la gwamnati bin shan alaje bibin da ya zan da na ma na ban biyan zan ba idan na ta tin ya biyan di ya dilebe so ku pro this sanga biyan da yeto abiyan
biyan dilebe because they are in power but not because they have work la ka be lera ba
ngaba bin sanga biyan bin to zan bin shatama bin to zan bin shatama nan zan na ta zan ta ni to zan na ta zan ta professor Hudi ya nan zan bin wala ta zan ta ma adalcin dirin ya mo mi to zanta manan zanta zanta kan be zanta ka zanti to dinin yan ye twaron constituency 2024 la bo asakati yan bo ataba
okay 2 questions left there we go twaron constituency 2020 what's it called 4 election in fact 1 year ka ku changaron ku kalente what is in the pipeline karbe ngonen na de be ngonen na hala na to timelines ba
anye ne yala ne binshanga nan binshanga nda yalle kana bicele yeni rana da binshanga za da binci nan so an ku bama I'll still come back to ni yala ito ashama ni da anye binkana da binshanga kaza nda zan la development na nda miyara nda son la shukurbe nda son la tila na nda son la hairdresser na nda no this za ha shabi yanci nda son la dirba ka yartuma da binci dirba yanci la haji da ikan na kama before election 2024 on consensus ngo pu ne ra ko yi shaba kap ko ya be bera to on consensus kap cham makade we 32
before election
no shabla in cham wo bwan me cham nya liam nam
before election
yes no 2024 kan ya my 1 year ma konko kan pun tasha previously lala you no ma konko 32 nda yi twon
after end no ko dimo
2024 year
okay
kan yale ya ye kama yuru ngo hajini en chama tenene bayan yi karanya MP mana MPP na son ka bacan haje biyan garal liam na kudir kan tasha maka konson amma la asiya ma zero braba ne ban shaba so yan braba can so da bacan mun da can
amma braba tasu
no mun da can no nda tasha ba
see
amma so da bacan karku ya liam na mi gbaza nda no habra yu han shabba ka nan passport in chant don ngo captain na biyan zan tin bo ka to wa na galin ngo captain ngo
biya da ya okay, so my family question, but in fact, I made some issues and I absolutely on my programs, or that has to do with as you come out to share, we tend to aku bon be kama la yeram za amala la man paro mala ka faranam biara aka tele ala isha karam bo ala ira zakram bo wala yin sote ujan ya professor we in bai taraga anu no you know to bet diba o mai ka faranti yalle red nam jian red banya maka blege manam bawere jian
so come radio
abiana o mai na ya na abiana babu ka na bo but the truth of the matter is that abroad be aji you are not being fair to your people. You are not being fair to your followers, especially people who sleep with you, guide you. Because phone on the vision in Daletama. Amakan in Dale. My Yeliga Abibunda. You know Abibunda. Correct. You understand me? I have to know. ya tu so ma den tu na le sha ba le ba amma bi tete la reza shi COP no ba pam me lare ntir ba mo COP ni dia fa na ka yel ba yen yele twi tene tabu bara shi COP la la no we are giving the back to example won ka tell me ma njene okay won kan nya so ko ta maintain example ba why would you be doing that? You are a rich person. Anto kuzan zongo. Now so can you be talking le. Can you be talking le amaro? Can you be talking le? You are not doing it. The biarma.
So
you are not doing it. Oh, no. You are not.
You are indigene yelle pam. I will be near upon tala yelle. Ana me lege radio station manager. Come on, radio station manager. Never be talking le.
Forget to tolerate.
You are cash money yalla be shamaya. Anyele anko first and ana could be radio shan and abianma na anko pilga radio station no and could be radio station shama ana your manager now you are the manager of one of the most popular station in the northern region. Our radio station will be like 4 regions. The Biara Savannah region, Kabe North East region, and Chana Wulaka Boduma, and Yae Savannah. I mean Bono is Bono and other things. Our radio station, and you are the manager. Listen, no, I am in the Mamang Babunyara. Kajia, you do international trips. You were in South Africa, you were in Dubai, Dr. Amin Chakachang, Paris, and now you are planning to go to America. Mumbisha Kamazaka, conference 1 year on my summer. On my Dabe radio station, was he the head of programs?
He was.
He was head of what?
Yeah, programs.
Kabinyon Jean, or be radio station, Shaman to compare the radio.
On Yelena, can you do a lot of
no, can't later on my Shama. And he's properly taken care of. How radio station shall manager but deal to programs manager salary. Let the project manager or condition of service at Tolon Radio. How master's degree holder. Kale Uncle Yarma, Kubuhamama, Banda Bill Unquablene. Ka Unchan 2020 election. But Pamjana Lanyaba. Mandea Bear.
Away Canada.
Tofik Bear.
UK, away Canada.
War is Bear.
UK.
So anto kale man nto kunye MP ka nto ku bam voice ka nto ku ka 1110 biza bisilmisle empower bamma benda ibian kan entreba la adra shalom be shaka kama alhere red na ma mun bazan ha teaching la trips mun red tra yisi a we were in Dubai ka teaching tin ndama la meetings mun go tata yini ma na dan we were in Saudi ka te yini ma no kuna this are empowerment kan mun ba no man ka ko nya kan nya MP ka nto ku lehe ngubon Anto ku bol ni you know unquablene ka onda besham karabatai then you know kan unquablene man kan ya man yin wa kan ya ne cash maya abu mi be sharam be so da accounts ni kama anjion ai pa your manager ma ai pa bahara shawa ma da be to radio station shahara na kuto baba
no la amal ya mangle
be kala ka do jeep fully loaded seats ka tolo radio lorma but you have one of the modern jeeps which is a V6 leather seats, sunroof, Bunshakamaza, Yakalurma, come on, Tale.
I want to you, Mama, one of your
example.
Manuka
and Charan constituency in Opunia. Manuka and Charan constituency in Opunia, can constituency chairman, Canto Luru, first vice Cato Luru, organizer Cato Luru, woman organizer Cato Luru, secretary Koma Luru, current Lanjon, constituency chairman Maluru, can first vice Maluru, can woman organizer Maluru, can constituency secretary. Ko maluri kan first vice chairman ko maluri kabe mizaha kabanya ajia alhajini makanya man taban constituency chairman man to maka
no me
empowerment ma kam tilgo ma kan to believe ni yara lati contracts ma zahan constituency chairman tumle ma wo cost sharing mun tumle kan nang le tolon constituency tumala 100% wuma tumala 100% access to electricity in tolon constituency ndara pa MP dan you have tolon na tan shallan kan kakalati tan shanga dum biane in the tolon constituency I enjoy universal access to electricity. Tolon have attained that because the Jimina achieve 80% of it. It is termed as 100%. But I'm in a little smaza. The Nakuka, Kamana, you were a lot man, you're at 7. Let them 7, mammy. Anchon ni mane, Bopunsa Pol Darka, when a Maza Vanva, the Shang about Tam Transformer, the Kugu Military Chant to you. In fact, one of the community, I mean Banjo Alambala, but Tam Transformer, the Kugu Banjo Alambala, the Kugu Military Chant to you. Kachang Welshi. Ka nung hal ka nung interna ka va high tension post mu sha kam za can ka can tampia de nyala adana mjini mane ka we lengbon folo ka to punnon be shakan karza ka de bien ka chan wal mu'alene so an chan to mala 100% access to electricity kan nyala manan nangle on kon tena consume so manan be sha amene buhari nirbu ma if there is one single politician who empower people and continue to empower kabna ku bem koble ka anto ku le bon kasha kan jan
Muna bono.
On do lori shall how NDC regional executive school to do. Kariya when have pa ko nya ala jijia. Kamulo businesses shanga nangda.
Kana joba karaw do nyuma chan kula umar sa.
So ni bon ya chama man kan to ku bag kama so be bien koble ni. That's one thing about me. That muna ku biane. Na lan ku to song ami be na ala be yel ma dem biara. So mi biane. Mami nirbo problems bien la table. Kama nyi Nigeria. Problems ku to solve.
Kama ka targa.
O ma amani je kam that ya.
Ala ko hayi.
Problem ku nyala ngu. Kan yolo ka solve ko no. Problem mala nyala ngu. Kara yiri ko problem mala nyala ngu, but it doesn't mean na jempun solve our problem. To empower people. So mbe empower hal manera bien kan bale ko team ka de che kar shanga bien kar tabgara. MPP nda bien. Nera ndi as MP first, Professor Hudun Daniel. So come radio. He was the council chairman. That's Hudun Daniel, the board chairman. Mamin Dana, Kanye member UDS. Kalega Alaji, catch on to the regional secretary. All political story have changed. All political story have been shown up Jenny. The awurba me kama zamba. One, Professor Huduni Legi, regional secretary man, first into constituency. It has changed his political story.
It has to.
That's number one. Old Legi in academia, he's a professor. Ona me Legi Tatko council chair. Until a Legi the Benmoma or academics been yara the talent. Do you get a point?
He has been empowered.
That's what
I'm trying to say.
To another daku. So come another daku. Yeah. Okay, Professor Hudu. Akwa maanya in conference secretary kan legi MP ma. Demi 1 million Ghana cedi 10 billion bala. Double pagan number.
Why umpona nung wala repaya. Anung manla.
Ngaba unkal mabin shanga den dege karagar 1 million Ghana cedi. Andoro luru shama alanya.
I love to be shaka wo.
So an yare to shanga ma yara mini kama money. Aku di wahala tema. Aku kana to dwelma. Muna aku di wahala. Kan tama yara. Da kuto na alan kala da yiko. So be dir wahala terma karchani wale. Am bora mama marin kan muna mila ta 25 years mu. Anto ku tege alaja bibo zombo wombo mo na bon like kankul kama kamuno bakata kul to abe kan be empower. Friends that I used to move with. Adame Gafaru, Bumbono, Adame Gafaru. Muno ndabala halkan ti chancellor metan anukuna o legi conference organizer Tamal Center antinno man kananti dege Tamal metro NSS boss nzanto ko legi NSS boss côté ya mano blan boire o borno tum de MP kan to nzon chante legi MP ko chante be MP ntumda empowerment bala smile isa esedu muno ndabala halkan ti chancellor metan anukuna kan bo ko boire muno ndanye salaga Ghana water manager ne to be shama is forever. Ada be Gafaru ni to my problem baby shame kan ya nguni yan nang le tama be ngba
trata
so ni bo na bang be shama ni bo na bang shama my orientation politically is different hala lehe
o ma cha to cause ba na pa so
hala lehe nachimba ni nachimba mama man and one of the politicians ka kuto yala
pour me MP pamtema o defila karete nya karete de me jirpam don buarto nda shambo ma DJT amama an yarma imama apo for bumbo yulma nda nya da mama anda pala ni na nya da na me twala
la
dore ko nda nya ka ku ya me na de mama manager so tell me una ajala jabi ni no
no matter what I want to get to alaji bitezo
Yamo no bo no labna liam now na barkano yiwa.
Labna te pa lebno ma habi yani achi so larba ka yalla ba yuho patmare. Jama zanya rakati na tu larka sokati wotum misandana. Labun ko ngo yuma sule. Jama zanya da jin chong. Mama mi data damba driver so I could drive with him. And wotum misandana. Kaka hankali to. Ayuni abonna.
Hello.
Ayuni abonna.
Adu gale.
Ayule.
Mohammed me tola.
Mama ti chama.
Ono ala haji Habib Idrisu so lantuma.
So.
Nite pae pam na oni na avaka no yetu amapune.
Yikona.
Ono ane ya te ba bora te sira college no ono mami te kwa na wutu zan kwa communication na yetu aplu.
No ino wanu ya kuchela ono na kato hoya. Lora ki boru. Uyo kuchela ne kato hoya.
Ai adu gale na ozo. Te ko te tilwana na ka te ko no tumuno jene mami. Banya la sira ko hatinya communication hatinya do sama to te bono guti yetu acha zan kwa sira college aplu ya. I got Hon.Habib in it to Achawa. The fire from Hon.Habib to Achamila. Tell the Moma. Yama tell the mother go public fund. They were in Chawa, and yet 24 in the Brad Party, Salu de Shawa. That was a Hon.Habib to know over Karame. Over Karama, you were so bad. You were so bad. I work with Karab, also who you don't. Here is what the Daniel Switch of Nila, tell the woman, Salu de Homa. You come here, pass, you come on, information part Hon.Habib. Then you never catch a day now. You never know somebody that poor, be a part of a euro. Over bunny here, part of a year. Can I come to woman yell?
Okay.
So, on our one, not something, tell everyone.
Tell them on another teacher when your timelines every year can only quarterly.
Oh, no, la Shelia.
When?
Next this year.
Want to tell her much?
No.
Palu,
turn up compile a list.
okay, so no love to tell them. Are you in your bone now? Okay, so Hon.Habib All you return to the hello abona.
Hello. Chairman Abdulrazak Mbasabia.
Okay, teacher chairman.
Oi, to ono wetite.
To.
Kapur shetu ko na David Mulozanya vile. Acha temborshe na ko leo te tembaro atite.
Inshallah.
Kache na ko heke me hankal ngoma tinji wallahi makero.
Tomia. Okay, just true course. Then we say bye bye. True course markets here. But time can on my kujilan only you see. On original pay attend that air time. Eche. Ayuni abona. Ayuni mbunotuma. Ayuli.
Hello.
Ayuni abona.
Mwana la mara yuri.
No wula.
Anta afara za biyu to. Ala za biyu mun ya kai yewo. Oye to shira sa shirkaran nan. A te su na wani kasu ne sun da su ta anti. Min nan zo tin ta hanya sun da su.
Amin.
Na on ka fara insha Allah rabbi. Wo pati mun le laban nan ne. To constituency da tan mala sin ta. A ka ga mun ya.
Okay.
Pwe ka fa.
Empire. Okay. So that's it. Last caller. Make it my last caller, then we can call it today. Last caller. Can learn on over Sanka to qualify yet. I will need a bone now.
Anta.
Nah.
Chief Vandana mo Kambuna yang paletung kwale kanye next kanin chairman.
Teacher Vandana.
Tule ampuru leader vengaranga antiti. Chenu yerishama ailera. Wo yeriye to an challenge wo simpulo anan buna nan tare durme. So na we shanyala na wontum te MP mo nyavlu wala. Kates za hanyavlu wala.
Amen.
Inda ye la so bobo la dem nan ko kanama. Ka ha suye batin nan la suye son komane.
Chule.
Dan kan MP ko kan yo ko man pune. Mama ye tungwa le jian won le MP. Tin ye le bukan sin shan tukuto bosle. Ama la ja bi ye la to ashele kama le o ye ne kele de no son palu de son de ben chi. Da bombe yel me ani ni din na anyanga agba nan la tuni. Da bin yer mo ta la ja bi nan la tirni ba ka trali la son ma da yan futa la ja bi. Ti tishedin da anji kan ye palu bi be kele bi du kun ko da yan bi la kunku. Ama mani ali la ja ma da mun pang ma sheda nan da puni.
ama wo ku ye no nyi enyel ma nguna o kunu makara wo ne kama ko nsi sen sinima ne voto no tumle won sin shetuma dinnim ko tunu tsuluma do so tin ko en yele shem yele kadama tsula na on tim tsanyo temi ye flu wala ni le ko sin shanga din yan kala constitution so am po e kan kapa
thank you very much. Oba ko ka tele po ko ya so na magdin ti no na tam la a chire se yera no ra nye teacher no po no senate ko we
ma ani an kare ne bo tomati sha mo abia ne teacher
battle ko nyo wa I just na teacher na anya mo boss senate ko no ba za time Sadiq ni yela o my Dubai no under extra time ma pa honorable Sadiq so no yeah no you air time as well. I think they're enjoying honorable the year but taka bia I see you fresh okay so reply mbara Obama laptop my message my yela message a very lengthy one but ni Facebook alumni we have more than 400 people watching still watching catch up to messages great honorable but Kunguri Primary School lacks furniture. I'm a Kunguri. Constituency Mambala.
The bear Kunguri New Jaya.
Never cost.
The yellow Kunguri Jaya and a Kamba. The school year on a Kuya Mamma.
Oh, I see. Okay, so no, me. So I'll you safe. But Alhaji Smiler, your aide doesn't have a car, not even his own house. Honorable, you can do better.
Don't go over me for him. Smile, Malo, Mamma. Don't go over me, Mamma.
No,
how smile Malaluri.
Yes. I know it to me. Man, no matter
Smile, oh, Mamma, you
go cut to the first calendar to my trato or pound.
I try to Canambo. I have a chunk food.
Anyway, so Abdul Latif Vona Mohammed, I am from Yendi, but this man is my godfather. For sure, my second born boy will be named Alhaji Habib. I love him so much. Na yako be no mbola o second born ayure. Kazan tel pale ya. Zakaria Suleiman Faris. Honorable Habib Idris, please kindly come to Savulugu and contest. Even if you don't have any family relations in Savulugu, my family. I laura cha. O dang yamura. Ba to dang yabanga ta. Savulugu ko bumela wa ibn kala pa dang na pap. To puya pam ka pa. Ton kam ko cham. Messages a lot of messages. Now Yabsanzal, please tell Honorable that we also need his development in Zanbalan. Kumbugu constituency. Professor is doing nothing. The two are the I'm on now the 3 years also catching this in my piece man puna banana and the the fashion you want the piano now so to be like can you know strong and this MPs in point now. Can be on your very ay food life food and is food so yanama. Now the did part honorable. He have been worship be here that been in point now. Tenda yell to go to yell me. He be you
I didn't feel like because this is my colleagues. They are my colleague MPs.
No, don't talk for me. My MPs over for my voice back.
No, can I told you dwell I am dwelling then you will not go anywhere.
Okay, so let's come back. Still New Year Katina Kubiango. The New Year message. Constituency. First of all, are you coming back? And the opportunity, change your first place for you to declare. And to tell people that I'll contest.
Oh, now I'm going for it. Yes, I will contest. I still have a lot of work to do. Maltuma permanent. So, important to Mami, constituency historically, Pumpongo, paper literally, Antoine equalize the NDC record because this is the 9th parliament. So that means 9 times got to contest in Balama. NDC, presumably, 5 times cover bedima be cover bebianma katabaza nang 4 times but 92 to boycott the parliamentary election. So if you take it out NDC dila for 9 katabazi for 9 so and then to me electoral victory unprecedented once na kuchanma. So we still have a lot to do. We need to cement the seats. So come on for yelma tolong constituency can to ku authority because niribu man in the tosham na mal adalci na ban yanin da ban shama kunko ka ba kun mini kama 2028 tele ntila tolonko. So when we tunde di nchan customary to koma then we know that a lot of things can now go on in the constituency, but for now we still have a lot to catch up in the constituency. Liam no mino ku di mo be leps to constituency manyanga so na ala tanan kuzang the efforts and
ipatma wurin ya pam ipatma do wurin ya pam 31st you having a contest. Dr. Bawon is coming. Omo Polokabe. You be attire.
No.
Opoloka no kubi. Ondi.
Oh dear na. Manka Dr. Bawon ya polo tenen ye Dr. Bawon ya ma. Yes. Hal until colleague president. Only president. 7th January 2029. Now because this NDC government is going to fail. Abiyabon Ponji Akaku Brumba maybe and Nasham. Kanaja President Mahamal and Cham third term because they don't even have a candidate. So who is going to contest Dr. Baumia? After 31st January, Dr. Baumia yet to flat better. They don't know yet.
Okay.
They are still like a trial lock coming and maybe and Nasham. And more to the point, you see, the Miyaho. Lemno ma Bubble Lara to Bubble Lara, a part man, Lemno ma Bubble Lara to Babu Kohora. Things are not going on well. And lay and this number wahala yaya. Banda mal expectations never yet too shang above yarle. Banda zero wahala yell never be a party man and no Abuja Bishop no pile Bishop Biane, but the Biarabu Pune they've lost hope already. Then that push it back up about 2024 was the hope. Now the hope is gone. 1 year down the line, Bishop Bian Babin Yabin Shabakuchan go that tomorrow. But
they have 3 years to go.
No, but 3 years, ma. Malad up to kind of boundary and play. Buhamada Behka Yara, Kabu for Parba Yara, while I shall them bien. Be never had a booming, so me call armo that. Kapukar Chanto ko, Kappa Benzira Caradua, so so Malkawana or Kwam and Dama Mekane. Kabenda ben ya har bomi kalyamnum mamman aban ku be a party mark of shangle they don't even young bagasha and so their party ban manelere liam. I feel sorry for them. To them within 1 month we are done with our flag bearership. Now the internal election I'm abandoning come na a whole lot immediately government in the ben ya har bear koko kache mb opposition flat bearer. By June, we'll make that decision. Whether we'll contest it, we'll contest it. June this year. Haruna will make that decision. Whether he will contest and this flat bearer. But for now, it is not part of the discussion.
Okay.
Liam no kuzan so yina de nyala say dim kitia de nyala Julius Dobra de nyala lawyer Haruna de nyala Dr. Baumia. That's the most important thing. Because you see, think opposition, like I was saying, it's a combination of a lot of factors. Come on, the yellow beer and shanga then kana mumbo. I'm at chang opposition, my liam them bazakana, but bazaninya. But na chimbuma banakuya for them. Wait, just give time. Yala, but so be in Yamashanto Kujan to Bolombo, Kayano no Kamo, nothing is going on, nothing is working for them.
Okay.
Bubble Lara to Babukura. Lara.
Now the Kumian.
Babu maybe young Basham, but that could be Kakuya from Babushabia, Babunyartuma. Kabian two concerns, Mobian Pola, nearby Kabanovian Pelangombo, and Daniel recently Kabanovi GS. Nika we are never quite under 5 billion Cabra concerns. 2024 for Kati Chang 2024, August 2024, until 120 appointment letters GES. 120 in Tolon. Torisha Mandabla announcer. Mandabla announcer. Nichan Saudi, Kakuna, Nkana immigration, Nente Zam passport. No coincidence, Zamati Muktadi. Konye ngone senior officer at the immigration mananda bole to yon renew voter lion. Amana yi sol kana immigration ngone zananya kanye senior you go to police kanye kasha be senior officers ka chan ya kasha
and this is about forestry capture
manda ba kandele
attention alo na forestry capture
manda ba kande forest mantila life saving jobs
ala ko shine that forestry yo mabanonga
life saving
ono what is actually tie forest by
you know he's a beginner yes yeah there's prospecting here.
Yeah, I know
there's a lot of prospecting in the game of politics is about envy, it's about jealousy, it's about hatred. It's about betrayal.
Okay, I'm the
that's the game of politics.
But I started in the but I put a matura, but you know, Atum Yamba. It's just like you. He's not greedy. He gives.
He's doing well. But I think to some candidates who say another one.
What? Another one.
But Atesa is doing well. But Nigeria attending to your candidate because the point is that what you have failed to realize that NDC namda nang campaign man tam jirzo. Canon campaign man tam hope so 2028 lala hope malankan lala jir malankan and I chance policy and kama MPP nam no kono no ma government man check up nan dele ma en kana tati pa ba laare Papa be kan son ka no government la de ya di pompo milan ka government ma pu na mi baba zanto government papa be la na wala ka ya
ma bana bulantir ba
wala ka ya ba so election man to para to mal bo so de to bo pam and that is why Tolong constituency I am very grateful for Tolong constituency nam pam ka pa because election sheldon da chan ma city sheldon da opportunity to lose even come on like Yendi 16,000 different ka beto Philippe ka kana kama other places number ya madana ntitale ka ndwar pam that year maybe obele nzane Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam Karga MP because the wonderful job that Dr. Mohammed Amin nanti Karga unprecedented like unprecedented and more to the point on page shall poloma but not you vote MP ko legal finance minister I don't pay Dr. Mohammed Amin
and he's likely to be a finance minister in the Bawumia administration.
He's an asset to the party. So that's where he has reached. Dr. Bawumia never carries money. Bangbaria yina to contest in the Ghana president in Dr. Mohammed Amin. Because book contemporary in your bank bazaar yina to contest la NDC ma.
Okay.
But ka NDC ma ba yon hal NDC ba yon contest ma ne ba yon contest MPP Brian Champon ma dichum ne bambara ne ma Dr. Mohammed Amin baza contemporary Dr. Bawumia ne kan wan baza ande yina tina katibaza zo nyanga ban yina lawyer Haruna ne ma be shaka maza Dr. Mohammed Amin ne league parliamentary candidate Laura Haruna da na parliamentary candidate in the year 2000.
I know.
So if he was supposed to be in parliament from last time Mazan Kanazo wako baza za ande balama.
Okay.
You understand? So those who come and appeal to Karga. Come on, Karga, there could be two bands. Come on, the Dinge democracy. I'm a recruit to Karga. Dr. Mohammed Amin, and Zay. Kaliam Blazon, so I will call Bora Karga Liam.
All right, sir.
Boka Elezan Sonako to Nanka Dr. Mohammed Amin Benanga.
Oh, no, Empire.
Thank
you very much for coming.
So to the seat in the Maya in 2028, MPP and Dila 12 seats. The 6 man were shall be changed. Tenda acquisition pour changer dans pour changer dans j'ai la cité de mara pour jenga
be shabo no no now was nothing
but no so to the city de maza ha tene yan lab maintain le ka lab dishan apai
God willing oh thank you for coming bien pour la ma quand tu as le cap
pa pa nga ka bo
o ile be kumo no aje mpura
ka po Tolong constituency nimzaha pour MPP regional party
okay
constituency party polling station no lo kamza ha nan poya pam kapa na ku che ka tabbala tiliam gwamnati
wa
tiliam gwamnati shall
thank you for
wahala gwamnati mbala ma so the two Ghanaians to prepare come on 2026 misimne come on
thank you very much poya pam kapa cha na poro somte haji asmao Habib Soyela na abadam no program waka ida na jitio konso apam badam no program waka poe ampon zo no mataba
boss mbala ma ngun ku banya boss
I know aja match that boss
oh okay
aja una namba ka poe zo no mataba Abdul Nanyala Bambia ka poe no maza yibo la to gal of course tin lambon bawo la ka to ko enchena ye to akam de bier to bon bawo ko zanzanti ya oran we za fu mo to ba sa na zanzanti maka so kam de nya zanzanti
na je yalla
ara yalla ma ba ta
na je ma fu mo to da dan wad ba
mi mar so kam borla ma wawe
wawe so China phone ka tan sra tan na ba pagi
$7,000
yeah de ba tan ba paga
oh $7,000 ka
ba ping ma tan ya
ba assalamu alaikum Shifting cultivation.
Make a correct.
Also, Lupa.